Hello and good morning. Hello and good morning, colleagues. Thank you, Sister Judith. I can see you can hear me. Good morning. I want us to start in the next 3 minutes. We really appreciate. Thank you. We really appreciate those who are able to join us in time. And we'll be starting in the next 3 minutes. Please bear with us and we'll start in the next 3 minutes. Thank you very much. And of course, as we do that, we are also looking forward to knowing who your president is and also knowing who will lead us in our hour of prayer as we start. Thank you very much. So I think Sister will help us in leading the prayers. Sister, please just prepare. I'll call you shortly. Sister Judith, please, you lead us in prayers. Maybe you can tell us who was your president as well, please.
Our president was Mr. Aquila. Mr. Aquila?
Yes, Mr. Thank you. Yes, Aquila. That's okay. Thank you. Yes. Which county? Which county is that?
Nandi.
Nandi, thank you. Aquila,
okay.
It's called Aquila or Aquila?
I call you Aquila.
Good, thank you. I hope he has joined. If not, please just reach out to him or her so that she can join us immediately. Thank you. Meru, who was the president, please? You can put in the chat box just a minute.
She is Madam Rose. Good morning. She is Madam Rose.
Yeah, thank you very much, colleagues. One, of course, for your patience. We are starting 15 minutes late, but we'll be able to manage our time very well. Thank you for joining this session. I want us to begin with the word of prayer. And of course, I indicated earlier that Sister Judith will take us through word of prayer. And thereafter, we do some preliminaries and also climate setting. Sister, karibu sana.
Thank you. Let's all bow down for a word of prayer. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this morning. We recognize your presence as we start this session, Lord. Thank you that you will be in our midst. You take care of us up to the time, up to the end, Lord. Grant us some favors. Grant us even the wisdom that we need to undertake this course. For this I pray, believing and trusting in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen and amen. Thank you very much, Sister, for taking us through that. Welcome to this check-in session, as was earlier indicated to you. And of course, just to remind us that you're aware that Kemi and Vivubi are basically collaborating through the Increase program, of course, to enhance our capacity as school leaders. And this is done through the course which is called the ELS 4JS, which of course is delivered through the blended approach. And in our today's program, as you can see in your screens, we will start with the preliminaries and climate setting. Then we'll be having the review of Unit 1. Of course, the scope of this training will involve the review of the previous units that you did last time, Unit 1, Unit 2, and Unit 3. That will be basically through group discussions, through maybe small groups, and also other methods of delivering it. And then when we meet tomorrow, we'll be also having the preview of the next 3 units. That's Unit 3, Unit 4, Unit 5, and Unit 6, so that we can be introduced to these units together. So the training dates will be today and tomorrow, and we hope you'll be able to enjoy our sessions. We are joining you from KEMI and VVOB, and here with us is a team of trainers and also ICT support, and also team from also the VVOB. Allow me say that with us is Elvis Jonyo. You can raise up your hand just in the group. They can see you, Elvis Jonyo. We can raise up your hand so they can see you there. Thank you very much from the ICT department. We also have with us Aquila Kenywa, also with us. You can also raise up your hand so that we can see you, Aquila. Thank you very much, Aquila, for raising up your hand. And also we have Kamau, also Nicholas with us. Nicholas Kamau with us. Please raise up your hand. So those are the IT staff who will be supporting us to ensure that we have got a successful session. From the trainers' point, we are 3 of us here. And I want to introduce my colleagues. One is Dr. Grace Gatundu. You can also raise up your hand so that they can see you. So you can see the hand raised there. Please, she's already waving to you. You can also wave back to her as well. Dr. Grace Gatundu will be one of our trainers for today. And Madam Eunice Mugambi will also be part of our team training with us. And of course, Eunice will start us off with the review of the first unit today. And I'll also be joining you, Dr. Charles Omwanza, as one of the trainers as well. I hope you can easily identify me. I'm here. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lagat, for also waving back to our colleagues who have also waved to you so far. Thank you. From the VVOB side, we are joined also by Clinton. Of course, I'll give her a minute just to say hi, even as we continue. Clinton, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mwanza, and let me take this moment to welcome each and every one of you for this session, the online session check-in. And we are glad, I know it's long since we met in person, that is on onboarding. And also it's another moment now we get to catch up with each one of you and just get to hear your review concerning what you have been able to go through. And thank you to the collaboration with the KEMI, and we know we will be able to guide you throughout the session until the end of the program. Wishing you a fruitful interaction moment till the afternoon, and feel free to share your views so that it will help us make this course better for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Clinton, for those brief remarks. Allow me to recognize the presence of the president for Nandi. Are you in? Just to say a word as we start. On behalf of all colleagues from Nandi County. Mr. Katu? Maybe you'll join us shortly. Allow me then welcome the president from Meru, that is Madam Rose. Please, you can say hi to us even as we start. Madam Rose and Mr. Katu, are you in? Now that they're not in, probably we can allow any member from either of the counties just to say hi on behalf of your colleagues and maybe make a small comment, please, a brief comment. Can we begin with Nandi? Please unmute and just say a word on behalf of your colleagues. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello?
Yes,
Good
Masai
morning.
Bor. Oh, good. Thank you. Go ahead. Good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah, you can say a word on behalf of your colleagues, please. Go ahead, Masai.
Okay, my name is Masai from Nandi County. I was the rapporteur. Let me just represent the president in welcoming all of us to this session. Let us cooperate and collaborate. I wish everyone a successful day.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Masai. From Meru, a volunteer, please.
Okay, good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
My name is Teresia Kaberia from Meru County. I just want to say that we're really grateful for the opportunity to interact once more. And on behalf of all the colleagues from Meru County, we are well and we are willing and ready to learn. And we hope to have a very interactive session. Let's all have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Teresia, for representing your county very well. We also appreciate your presence here, and of course, like I indicated earlier, we will be having the review and preview of Unit 4, 5, and 6. And also during this check-in session, we'll be able to offer you support in terms of the blended learning process. So feel free to ask questions, feel free to participate, and we hope that you will be having a very interactive session. And that is why you can see we brought us together, two counties together, so that we can interact together as people who are pursuing the same course. You are able to know one another and even share experiences from different counties. Otherwise, without saying so much, I want us to start with the first top unit, that is the review of Unit 1, which is ICT integration. And I want to welcome my colleague, Madam Eunice, to take us through the review. Karibu sana, Madam Eunice. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Mwanza. My colleagues, lessons from VVB, from Kenya, our participants from Nandi County and Meru County. I'm humbled this morning that by the grace of God, we have all gathered so that we can begin our 2 days engagement with you. I want to echo the words of which have been spoken by my colleague, Dr. Omwanza, that we do not take it for granted that you have joined in this Zoom meeting. I am looking at our numbers and it appears that quite a number of participants have not joined. And we are believing that within the next 5-10 minutes, all of them will be able to join so that we can move as a team. We are expecting 53 participants from Meru, 58 from Nandi County, and that gives us a total of 111. It has been said that even as we are quite a number from Kemi, the trainers, the ICT department, together with the VVB team, meaning our numbers now reading 52 are too low, but again, we cannot keep on waiting. I therefore want to take up our first engagement where we are doing a review of Unit 1. And we can all remember and we are able to see in our screen that Unit 1 dealt with ICT integration in learning. Why are we doing a review? Because again, we are aware that as human beings, we easily forget, and that's why we would want to remind ourselves what we have covered so that we can be able to proceed. We are aware, all of us, that we are talking about the emerging technology. And that's why we are saying we must leverage on technology in all our engagement, be it in our schools as we engage with our learners, as the teachers continue teaching, as the support staff continue undertaking all their charges within school. Remember again, worldwide, where we are, if you are not leveraging on technology in all your undertaking, it then means that you might be left behind because you are within the 21st century skills. And we can all remember, and we are reminding ourselves that every now and then, because we are assuming that you have been doing your self-paced learning, you have covered the 5 key areas which we all discussed during our face-to-face session. And one key area is on the concept of ICT integration. And you must have discovered that this is a very wide topic because, again, emerging technologies are quite a number. And we are here asking ourselves, are we all getting the provision of assessment to information through telecommunication? And as you engage with the concept of ICT, you must have discovered that the focus is primarily on communication technologies. And we are asking ourselves, for example, if it comes to issues with the internet, with wireless networks, with mobile phones, with computers, software, etc., you as a school leader, what is your role? Even as you get to the part 2 on the responsibilities of the teachers and the school leaders in ICT. And you must have discovered that you are the driving force in ensuring that your school community is engaging effectively with ICT technology. Likewise, we talked much, and you have been reading about the ICT tools and also the adaptive technologies which support inclusive learning in schools. We all remember that with our 844 system, we had inequality, we had exclusion, where learners with special needs were not catered for appropriately. And that's why now here we have been going through this area so that even as the head teacher, you can be charged to making sure that you are sourcing and you are availing the tools for adaptive technology. Likewise, on online safety and security measures in a learning environment, again, this is a very, very important key area to all of us. And as a school manager here now, again, we are asking ourselves, all of us, what have you done to ensure issues to do with online safety and security measures in your school have been taken care? Remember again, we are dealing with the young people who, if they are not guided well, again, they can even easily find themselves in problems. And that's why we keep on saying and reminding ourselves that even as a human being, we should be aware of the repercussions of not taking the precautions on online measures. And likewise, our focus area number 5 was on online learning resources. And for example, here we are asking ourselves, those who have not been able to join, is it that maybe they are having challenges with issues to do with internet or where they are? Why am I saying so? Because as I shouted earlier, we are expecting 111 participants to be in this session. And therefore, here we are reminding ourselves that we need to ensure that we have all the infrastructures which are required by your teachers and also your support staff so that they can leverage on technology as they keep on teaching. When we are talking about ICT integration in learning, here we are now reflecting and asking ourselves individually, what is ICT integration in teaching and learning? And I kindly want to engage us through our chat box so that you can be able to express your reflection in writing. I hope you'll be able to get back to your WhatsApp so that through the chat box, and I have just remembered Dr. Omwanda, did we invite our ICT personnel to take them through it? They have been taken through on how to engage with chatbots and not lose the near code concentration. So kindly, I am waiting for your responses via the chat box as you respond to this question number 1. Elvis Kamau Aquila, are you able to see whether they're engaging themselves via the chat box? Any response so far? Participants, we can even have a few. You can unmute yourself. Bwana Masai, Teresia Kaberia, thank you. Elvis, for putting down that question there so that they can be able to respond. Madam Teresia, Mr. Masai, I don't know whether you're able to unmute yourself. I know sometimes engaging with technology.
I am able to. I was actually typing on the chat box. For me, I think ICT integration is the ability to use technology in learning activities and also in generally helping students to use technology in their day-to-day learning, but not just technology. I would say probably being able to use available forms of technology like the ones that students can easily access, such as mobile phones, and integrating them into the learning, day-to-day learning of the students. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Teresia. Any other person with some addition point? Ragat, Donald, thank you. You are saying ICT integration in learning involves the use of ICT tools to and in learning areas. Which are these tools are we talking about? For example, which tools have you availed to your teachers in your school, to your learners, so that they can be able to engage the technology? I'm seeing quite a number of you are responding effectively. Judith, you are saying it is the use of digital devices in teaching. Remember, we have teaching and learning. And then Murikini, you are saying it is the use of technology like internet, mobile phone, laptop, etc. in learning and teaching. I can see, Esther, you're also talking about the same ability. Cherusia, you are saying that the messages are quite too many, but I appreciate all of you who are engaging. You are talking about tools like desktop computers, and we have them in most of our schools. We have the smartphones, we have the laptops, and two way you are saying it is the use of technology in teaching and learning. And Feristas, again, you are saying it is the use of Wi-Fi networks. Thank you for all of you who have been able to participate. And remember again, as we are talking about these tools, again, it is key that we keep on reminding ourselves, we keep on reminding our teachers, our learners, that again, all those tools we are talking about can be misused. And therefore, we are insisting that monitoring is very key on how we are engaging with the technology. ICT integration in learning, I would wish us now to group ourselves so that we can be able to hammer the 5 questions which we have asked you. And even before we are guided how we are grouping ourselves kindly, the moment you get to your groups, ensure that you appoint one key person to be your chairperson and another person to be taking up your points. Many other times when participants get to discussion groups, at first they keep quiet before starting the discussion. I want to remind us kindly that we don't have much time. So once you get to your discussion group, appoint the key person who will be the only person to record now your points in the page, which will open when you get to your discussion groups. Thank you, Elvis. Kindly take over and guide our participants how they are getting into their discussion groups.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, good morning. We're going to get into 5 groups. You can see on the screen we have 5 questions. 5 questions. So each group will be assigned a question. Go to the group, be able that you will tackle. So mine is to encourage all of us directed on your phone, and I would request all of us. Okay, one person who will come back will give us the point. I'm going 5 rooms. So once you are selected, get into the room, place the so that you can be able to this activity. Please note that this activity is timed 10 minutes, so we may begin.
Yeah, thank you, Elvis, for guiding us. We are reminded that we are taking exactly 10 minutes. It is now, what's the time, Elvis, so that they can be able to time themselves? What time are we expecting us to be back?
9.
Sorry?
9:51.
9:51 exactly. Let us come back. Welcome back to our plenary room. We can give our colleagues a few minutes so that they can be able to join us. Helena Kirinya, good morning. Madam Helena, good morning. We still have one group held up in their room. Let us give them a minute so that they can join as I usher in my colleague, Dr. Mwanga, to proceed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I believe we are all back. And I hope you have had very enjoyable sessions, breakout sessions. You have discussed the questions that were shared. And we are looking forward to now getting feedback from you, what you discussed in your various breakout rooms. I think you can share the screen so that we're able to move together. Thank you. So group one, I hope you're getting ready with the presentation so that we can present our discussions. Thank you. So group one, are you ready? Breakout group one, room one.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hi everyone.
Hi, go ahead.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, so group one, we were to discuss how ICT integration enhance learning process, and two, the key challenges that we are facing in adopting ICT in learning. Group one, can you present that, please? Breakout room one.
Yes, can you hear me, please?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
So, the issue of ICT integration, we've just said that it makes learning meaningful and more enjoyable. On the side of the challenges, can you hear me?
Yes.
So, on the side of challenges, we have a problem with the network challenge. Like right now, we can't communicate clearly. So it becomes a very big problem when you want to integrate and the network fails you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Thoranera, for taking us through that. So how does ICT integration enhance learning process? And two, what are the key challenges that you face in adopting ICT effectively in learning? And I think he has mentioned only one, but of course, there are many, many points that we will have discussed. But of course, it's basically focusing on the network challenges that most of our institutions are facing. Breakout room 2, please, let's go on to group 2.
Rows of hello everyone. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes.
We can hear you.
The roles of outline the responsibilities of school leaders in fostering technology-driven learning environment, and we've given the following points, like the school leaders should are expected to provide financial support. Of course, the financial support can go into the areas like providing those digital devices, and also the internet, provision of the internet, so that the ICT of course, integration can work in schools. Also, the school leaders are expected to provide capacity building or to avail capacity building for teachers, so that the school or the teachers are able to interact and of course are able to use the ICT facilities. I think that is the first part of that question. And how can school leaders support? I think I have answered that one. Thank you.
There was the second question,
Yes, please.
which was talking about support. There were some other support of the teachers in overcoming barriers to ICT adoption, and there were some answers like ensuring ICT tools are available and functional, and encouraging teachers to be positive in technology, so that to do away with the technophobia. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Group 2, for mentioning some of the duties that school leaders, which of course we're representing here, have to play in terms of fostering technology-driven learning environment in our schools. And of course, it's coming out clearly that one of the key roles, of course, is the financial support. That is the provision of resources. He also mentioned capacity building of the teachers. And of course, the other thing that is very important is that being a school leader, you are carrying the vision of the school, and therefore it is important that also you set or give the direction that the school should take in terms of integrating ICT. And of course, he has mentioned that in terms of now support that teachers needs to be given in overcoming the barriers here, of course, is mentioned. The provision of internet services is mentioned. Also more of capacity building and many more. Thank you very much, Group 2, for that. Group 3, please. Group 3. Group 3. Imeni, which group are you?
Emmanuel was in group 2.
Oh, good. Thank you.
And I've given my contribution, sir.
Oh, very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. So group 3, the questions were, which ICT tools can help make education more accessible for learners with special needs? Which ICT tools can help make education more accessible for learners with special needs? So we're looking at the adaptive devices in this case here. Probably you can put your point in the chat box in case the group 3 is not able to come up. Let me see if there's any in the chat box. Gertrude, which group do I belong to? Kindly can't hear. I hope you are hearing now, Peter, Ross. So the question is, which ICT tools can help make education more accessible for learners with special needs? And how can they be used to create a more inclusive learning experience for all learners? Any points in the chat box? Thank you. I think I can see one from Kip Kemboi. She's talking about hearing aids, that one of the tools that can be used to make it accessible is, and more so for learners with hearing challenges, is the hearing aids. Number 2, just put them in the chat boxes so that we are able to go through them together. Now that the other group is not coming out to say their points, hearing aids too. Yes, adaptive wheelchair, thank you. Somebody saying the brailles, very good. Thank you. Something else, colleagues? I'm waiting for you. Thank you. Use of trackballs for learners without fingers. That is Dixon Muteti. Who else? Adaptive wheelchair. Thank you very much for that. Any other? Any other? Any other? So we have hearing aids repeated again. Lastly, talking charts, yes. And of course, the list is endless. We can even talk of the text-to-speech, maybe a tool so that you are able to convert probably the written text into now speeches. You can talk of maybe the mind mapping and also visual organizers. You can talk of maybe voice recognition softwares, which can also be used by our schools. We talk of maybe adaptive keyboards that can be able to adapt to the various needs of the learners that we are having in our schools. Talk of things like YouTube can be used as well. We talk of many more. So we have so many that we can be able to mention in this case here. Let's go to group number 4. Group number 4, that is breakout room 4. The question was, discuss the most common online threats faced by learners and teachers. Discuss the most common online threats faced by learners and teachers and identify the effective strategies that can be used to prevent or mitigate them. Group 4,
Hello?
are you here? Thank you.
Yes.
That is from
I'm Robin.
Go ahead.
Robin. Yes, our question number 4 is on online safety threats. And we have number 1 as cyberbullying. Number 2, we have data breach. Number 3, inappropriate content can be accessed by learners. Number 4, online hacking of the accounts. And 5, impersonating. Ways that we can prevent. We can prevent by number 1, using a very complex password. Number 2, you should not use public Wi-Fi. Number 3, you should not share your personal information. Number 4, you turn off your Bluetooth when not in use. Number 5, you can also use a virtual private network. And then you back up your data. And the last one is you report any case of cyberbullying or threats. Thank you.
I think we can also add on strong laws on cyberbullying. The government should come up with very strong laws that check into these issues of cyberbullying, impersonation, so that people don't access people's accounts.
Yes?
I was talking of that is for an additional on group 4.
Yes.
I think the government should also come up with very strong laws to check on this.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the many points you have said from group 4. That is the most common online threats faced by learners. I think they have mentioned a good number: cyberbullying, data breach, inappropriate content, hacking, and also impersonification. Then number 2 is some of the strategies that can be used to prevent or mitigate this. And of course, he has mentioned complex password use, public Wi-Fi, you can avoid using it, no sharing of personal information. They have mentioned turning Bluetooth off when you're not using the Bluetooth. She has also mentioned backup data and also reporting. And finally, Christopher has added the point of regulation, that is coming up with strong laws that governs the issues that arises from cyberbullying. I think that was a very powerful one. Please, can you appreciate them in the chat box? Appreciation to group number 4. Can we appreciate them, please? Can we appreciate them? Just by clapping, reacting there, please, let's appreciate them in a special way. Maybe just to ask Christopher, are you still on? Christopher?
I'm still on.
I believe you're in group 4. Just to ask for further clarification, how does public Wi-Fi become a threat in terms of in online, as an online threat? Yes. How is it a threat? Please explain further, just to give us more information on this.
The public. Hello?
Yes.
You're saying?
Explain your point on the use of public Wi-Fi. How is it a threat that learners and teachers are facing when they are as a security threat?
I tend to think that usually when we use these public Wi-Fi's, it allows people can intrude because sometimes the users of the public Wi-Fi, they can share the passwords. And then this is where some people can penetrate into the school accounts and they put some information that is inappropriate for the learners. Because all the people that are using these public Wi-Fi's, they are not trusted. Even the teachers themselves, they can maneuver, give outsiders. Then that is how I see it as a threat to the learning of the learners.
Thank you very much. Group 5, please. We go to breakout room 5, the final group.
Okay, our task was to look at the types of online resources that teachers and students can utilize to enhance learning and teaching experiences. My name is Kaberia. So we have identified quite a number. Like, for example, there is the cloud, and an example of the cloud as a source of online resources is that we have the Kenya Education Cloud, which is run by KICD. It has video lessons, it has ebooks, and other resources that you can use to enhance learning. Another online resource that we have identified is, for example, Google itself. When it is used responsibly by the teacher, you can be able to filter as the teacher and get information that you can use for teaching. For example, we have seen in the junior school where we are given teachers who are probably based on one subject. Maybe it's a languages teacher, and this teacher needs to teach something like the digestive system, or even the teachers of the sciences who have challenges in drawing. You can actually go on Google and get, for example, a very perfect picture of the heart, which you can use to teach students. You can also go further and get it as a video, and a video that simulates how the blood moves from one side of the heart to the other, and it can be very good in explaining this concept to the students when they can actually see it, or even when you're teaching concepts like in geography, mountains, and so on. And then also we have another one, which is the online books. And these online books are available from many online sources. As a teacher, you can get access to these books, and if you can also get audio books, whereby there's a voiceover that is reading the book. It can be very helpful, especially if you have learners with disabilities in your classroom, those who cannot see very well, those who have challenges even in reading. You can actually get audiobooks that you can try to explain concepts to them. And then we have also YouTube, which has resources that can help in language learning, in aspects such as pronunciation, where you need to students to pronounce a certain words well, like an English teacher, and you yourself probably as a teacher you have challenges in the same pronunciation because of mother tongue interference, for example. So you can use YouTube to teach these children the correct pronunciations, whereby it's a very good resource for learning language. And then also now we have education apps, for example, Google Scholar, where you can be able to get appropriate content for the children. We have the KIE platform, which has a lot of resources. And basically, that is what we are able to find. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's appreciate, please, group number 5 for that powerful explanation. They have mentioned the cloud, Google, and the education apps. And of course, before we continue, I want to give Elvis maybe 2 minutes to make a few comments, more so on the threats and also the adaptive devices briefly. Elvis, karibu sana.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to applaud you for giving excellent points on how we can keep ourselves in this ever-changing online and digital world. The onus is on us to ensure that even as we expose our learners to these digital devices or these digital learning tools, we have to ensure that we do it responsibly, because I believe most of us or all of us have smartphones. So we can, as Madam Teresia has said, we can try and see what are the most suitable tools or resources that we can use. For example, she has mentioned the Kenya Education Cloud. How can we use that tool in our classrooms so that we can, because the goal is to enhance teaching and learning experience. So mine is to encourage all of us to identify the appropriate tool that we can use in the classroom, because as we do understand, we do come from various places, we do come from various schools with different technological needs. So we need to identify a technological resource or a tool that is appropriate for your school and is appropriate for your learners. Otherwise, thank you very much. Back to you, Dr.
Thank you, Elvis, for the remarks you've made. So as we now wind up, we go to the extended learning activity. That was the e-portfolio tasks, in which you are required to create an e-portfolio that should demonstrate how you are leading in the integration of ICT in teaching and learning. And of course, at this point then, it's important that we get feedback from you. Probably number one, what artifacts were you able to upload? For example, number two, what challenges did you face in terms of the uploading or even in reflection of the same artifacts? Maybe I can hear 2 or 3 from us. What did you upload? Because I know a number of us do not get it right at this point here. Any 2 or 3 volunteers? Any 2 or 3?
Yes, Imeni here.
Yes, go ahead.
In my case, I have a projector installed in a class, in a classroom where we use that class as a computer room, where when we have where every time that a teacher, for example, requires to use that room, he or she can, of course, connect to the internet and take learners there, and of course project whatever learning resource or learning issues he has with the learners, with his class or her class. It is a room that is permanent. The projector is permanently installed there in a way that is suitable for the learners. I don't know whether exactly that is I think it is the best way for me and my school, for that matter, of use of internet. Thank you.
Thank you. Imeni?
Yes, please.
Did you create an e-portfolio?
Yes.
What were the artifacts that you used, for example?
I'm talking about a picture. It's a picture of the projector installed in class.
Very good. Thank you. Someone else? 2 more, then we stop.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I used a picture of learners in nearby, learners learning, doing visual programming in pre-technical and using the computer lab from nearby college, the teacher's college, which has a computer lab and a studio. So we usually take our learners there to use the computer lab. So I took a picture and I posted it to my blog where I've created what are you calling it? The e-portfolio.
Yes.
I also had another picture for learner support program where we have partnered with an organization called Back to Society, whereby we had an exercise of planting trees, and through that exercise they also brought a program for the feeding of our learners. So I have also posted that picture.
Thank you very much, Felicitas, for that. Lastly, any other person who wants to contribute? Ambrose Kimpkemboi, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you. This was the early stages during our training when we were still getting acquainted with the use of this technology. And what I did here is that I posted a photo of a teacher assisting learners during a lesson using the digital devices. So I posted that picture. And then the issue now, the challenge was to put the written content in it using the blogger. So it became a challenge there. Otherwise, that's what I did.
Thank you very much. Is there any other pressing point that somebody wants to raise, maybe?
Yes.
Christopher, being the last one, thank you.
Yes. I think the ICT integration was an interesting part of the learning. But where challenges came is when we were doing the posting the artifacts. In fact, we took pictures of some lessons where the learners were using the ICT tools. Then we put it in the blocker. But where the challenge came is when to the written part of it. Just posting the pictures was not an issue, but how to add the written part of it and supporting the pictures. So that is where we really face it rough. You do it when you try to post, and then you have a challenge. So still clarify on that area so that we still get more information on how to post the written part of it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think those are very good points, and I think your last question will be answered by one of our goals of this check-in, which we mentioned was to give you support in terms of how you can be able to apply or use the ICT. So the ICT team will guide us in the course of the training so that we handle that challenge. But over and above that, remember that we are looking at you as school leaders. How do you demonstrate your leadership in integrating ICT in teaching and learning? And of course, as a school leader, one of the questions you handled in your groups was concerning the roles you need to play. And of course, I mentioned that you need to take leadership to give vision. And of course, I will expect from us probably to share as part of our artifacts, maybe ICT integration plan for your schools. That will be a very good artifact for you as school leaders here. ICT integration plan for your schools. Among the others that you have mentioned here, talk about maybe lesson plans. You can also be able to demonstrate your leadership by showing us that probably you have been helping or leading the school in coming up with the digital lesson plans, digital schemes of work. Those will be very important for this one here. Talking about ICT workshop, because you talked about training, that you need to train your staff, the teachers, in supporting them. So I'll wish also to see things like you having workshops, like somebody mentioned earlier, that there was this partner that came on board. Please, those will be very good. So I believe that we will be able, or we have been able to upload very relevant artifacts in this case here. And so we conclude our lessons today. And my colleague began in the morning, of course, by probably going through the overview of the topics that you covered. And I've taken us through the breakout sessions where we were able to discuss questions and answers. And in terms of now the support in relation to this one here, I want to invite my colleague Elvis, the street support, who is here with us, just to mention what somebody had raised earlier on the written part of the e-portfolio and other support that you may require to ensure that we are effective in terms of the development of e-portfolio. Thank you. Elvis, karibu sana.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your comments. We have been getting your e-portfolios, and we do understand that there could be challenges. So I will just allow me to share my screen to showcase a sample of some of the e-portfolios that you have been sharing and how we can ensure that we go about it. So as you can see in the first screen, we are looking at a sample of an e-portfolio where a school leader is trying to identify or is trying to explain ICT integration. And you can see the way he has been able to put it in such a way that he has shown pictures of learners, but he has gone ahead to conceal the pictures of learners. So my encouragement to all of us is to let us
avoid sharing pictures of learners. We may not have the consent of their parents. So as you can see in the sample, you can see the teacher is trying to explain, or the school leader is trying to explain how they're integrating ICT in the learning and teaching. So you can see he goes first by explaining what the photo is. He describes the photo and he continues to reflect. So this is an example of a well-done e-portfolio. He is explaining how he is going to apply ICT integration in. So mine is to encourage all of us to attempt to have e-portfolios that go ahead and explain, at the same time you go ahead and reflect and show pictures. When you're coming up with artifacts, come up with artifacts that are not showing the faces of learners. In this digital age, we require consent. If we do not have consent from their parents, then the encouragement is not to show any photo of learners. Moving to the next slide, you can see the next sample of e-portfolio. You can see that the school leader has gone ahead to show photos of learners. As I have stated earlier, we'll encourage all of us to avoid showing photos of learners because we do not have any consent for these learners. And you can see in their reflection, while they may have done a good job, they have basically described what they are doing. So my encouragement is for all of us to ensure that even as we describe, we need to reflect on the artifact. What can you reflect from the artifact? And our able trainers have been able to teach us on how to do the reflection. Then finally, you can see an e-portfolio that is blank but has been submitted for assessment. So mine is to encourage all of us to go back to our e-portfolios, and we are going to go back there to support all of us and ensure that we don't submit blank e-portfolios. You are not going to score any marks for having submitted a blank e-portfolio. As you can see, the school leader has only written learner support program. However, the e-portfolio is blank. So we, in the course of these 2 days, we are still going to have another small sessions to support all of us. Those who are having challenges will reach out to you in the WhatsApp at an individual level. We're going to support you so that you're able to complete your e-portfolio journey. Otherwise, thank you very much. Back to you, Daktari.
Thank you very much, Elvis, for taking us through that. Data protection is talked about, describing and reflecting. He's talked about the issue of blank e-portfolios. Please take note of that. We'll continue supporting you to ensure that your e-portfolios meet the requirements. Otherwise, I think we've taken the last 1 hour going through ICT integration, and you have been able to see how it is important to integrate ICT in teaching and learning. And of course, we've talked about the issue of the adaptive devices and many more. So we are saying that ICT integration can really make learners have a very, very good learning experiences. It will be able to enable them probably have a better understanding of a given concept. So we encourage all of us to take lead as school leaders to ensure that we integrate ICT in teaching and learning in our institutions. Otherwise, thank you very much, and I wish you all the best. It is 10:32, and I want us to break for the health break. Dr. Grace, probably you can help us break at this juncture. Thank you.
Thank you so much, colleagues. We are taking a break, 30 minutes break for a cup of tea. And at the same time, it doesn't matter what you're taking. It is a short break so that we come back and continue. But as Dr. Omwanza has emphasized, reflect on those e-portfolios. I've been looking at them, and I've seen someone just posting the question, as it is, and you move on. I am hoping by the time you're completing this today and tomorrow, we will have e-portfolios that are showcasing what we are doing in our schools, because we are school leaders. Karibuni at, we'll be back at 11:03. We start on the second session. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Sina chai.
My name is Jeremiah Chome, the head of institution of St. Mary's Bangladesh Comprehensive School, which is found in Mombasa County, Jomvu Sub-County. The junior school level of learning is between the primary and the senior school. They transitioned from grade 6 to grade 7, running up to grade 9. Most of them are in between the adolescent stage and post-adolescent stage. The learners at this stage of junior school need a lot of support because bearing in mind that the CBC, the curriculum format, is new. So they need a lot of mentorship, encouragement, and close supervision from their teachers. We have gone through a number of challenges of CBC since its inception when it started. And one of the challenges is lack of enough teachers. When we started, we initially used the primary teachers to assist in the junior school. Number two of the challenges is resources. Textbooks and even infrastructure is also one of them. We didn't have enough classes to accommodate the junior students. So those are some of the immediate challenges which we faced. Number one, we have been taking them for capacity building. Those teachers have been taken to, we have been supporting them through taking them to capacity building courses. Some of them are organized at school level and some of them are organized by the Ministry of Education. As a school leader, continuous training is very important. Because as a leader, you must be a reader. So you need to get the emerging issues, what changes are there, because education is dynamic. So it changes from one time to another. So we need a lot of information and knowledge as we lead the school. I'm really anticipating a lot of knowledge from the organizers of this seminar or workshop. Number one, to enhance leadership skills. Because now I was trained as a primary teacher, but now here is a junior school. So I need more skills to run the comprehensive school. Number two, also to handle my teachers who are undergoing a new curriculum, because some of them are also worried on how to go. But with the leadership skills, we shall be able to maintain and be able to capture some of the weaknesses which are there. Yeah, I foresee some challenges because it is up-based. Number one, we need very strong internet. We need data bundles, which include a cost, and also we need gadgets, which can be able to hold us through the course. So challenges are there, but we are there to overcome them. My parting shot is that the cause is overdue, because we are now in the third year of junior school. It might have come in the beginning of the first year of junior school, which was around which year? 2023. But now we have gone to grade 9. But all in all, it's better later than never. So we thank for the organizers to bring us this course. It will be really a help to us.
My name is Mr. John Mokabi Ndungu, currently the principal of PCA Bahati Matias Academy and Junior School. This is a private church-based institution in Makandara constituency of Nairobi County within Buruburu zone. The junior school level of running, that is in terms of structure, is the lowest, is the highest end of the primary setup, because from there they will transition to senior secondary school. And within the junior secondary school, students are expected to take 3 years. That is grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. The entry age basically is around 12 years, 12, 13. And the exit age is about 14, 15 years. From there, runners transition to senior secondary school. In terms of support, students within the junior secondary schools are within an age of crisis, basically because of adolescence, peer influence. Some of them are oriented towards being heard and questioning the authority. So there are so many things that they need to be supported in, for example, in matters of guidance and counseling, providing resources to those that are in need of them, and such kinds of things. For sure, CBC implementation has faced so much pressure, challenges and bottlenecks. Some of them, we have lack of stakeholder support. CBC is an integration of efforts from school management, government, parents, and the community. But most of these, or some of these stakeholders, like the parents and the members of the society, lack a basic understanding of what the CBC is and what their input expectations are. And therefore, to some extent, it dents the progress of implementation, because sometimes we need resources from the parents. The parents are not able to avail them, and if they avail them, it is not timely, so it dents the curriculum implementation. At PCA Bahati Matias Academy, we have been very resolute in offering support to our parents and making sure that we continually empower them group professional development seminars. Training is important because knowledge is not static, it's very dynamic. It keeps on changing. New content, new policies, new pedagogies are churned every other day. And therefore that's why it is important to expose oneself in or to trainings, seminars, or anything that is going to empower one professional. As I commence this course, I'm looking forward to developing my administrative competencies to the level that primes with the changing, with the dynamics of the society, with the dynamics of the academic arena, and to sum it all, to acquire those very essential skills that are going to map my institution, PCA Bahati Matias Academy, higher than it is at the moment. I have been doing online learning. A part of my master's degree was done through the blended approach, and therefore I do not think that there is going to be any challenge. And if there is, I believe that the KEMI support system is there to bridge the gap. My parting shot is to appreciate the Ministry of Education, KEMI, and all the onboarded stakeholders for this initiative, and I would challenge them not to stop there. To my fellow school leaders, from the list, there are some who are included for the training, but they never came. I want to tell them that they missed a big bit, and next time, whenever such a moment arises, they should embrace it. The core challenges of the ones that we've been facing is a stakeholder engagement. And for us to circumvent that, we have been doing stakeholder engagement, talks during school closings, parent meetings, and many others, just to appraise them on the essence of their collaborative input for the success of the curriculum. At PCA Bahati,
am Sister Kay Clara, head teacher, St. Peter Clever's Integrated School of Nandi South Sub-County, Nandi County. The JS group at the moment are in three classes, that is grade 7, grade 8 and grade 9. For grade 7, they are still young and they are of ages 11 in the regular, 11, 10, 11 and 12 for those who are aged. And for the SNE, their groups are, their age bracket is from 12, 13, 14 up to 15 because sometimes because of disability, they join school a little bit late. There are several challenges that learners go through, especially learners with disability, especially the physical learners living with physical disabilities. The first challenges is mobility, where the children are in the institutions. Sometimes the institutions are not mobility friendly, lack of ramps, and so it is not easy for them to move. When we come to the interaction with the gadgets, those learners without the limbs, the upper limbs, those who lack the upper limbs, when it comes to gadgets like computers, there is a big challenge that they can't adapt to any of those computers, and so they miss out that. To address this, we have the stakeholders, that is the parents, the BOM. We come together, that is like we have created a lab, a temporary lab, whereby they do their work within the school, and what we cannot, we get from the neighboring institutions, the high schools that we have. And the children also participate in using the local materials to assist us. It's very important because as a school leader, I require skills to empower the teachers also. When I have the skills, I'll be able to empower the teachers and myself so that the learners and the curriculum can be implemented well through the skills acquired from this. The challenges that I see is sometimes the network. Sometimes where we stay, the network is poor, and so it poses a challenge because sometimes as I do the work, sometimes there is no network, and so I lag behind in doing that. And maybe the internet connectivity. What I would like is the internet connectivity so that it can enhance that browsing and communication. I'd like to say I want to appreciate Kemi in collaboration, people for this workshop that is training. We have been longing for it, and the knowledge that we have got, especially in ICT integration, is very important for us because through this, what we have learned for the 2 days that we have is where we can get the resources for learners, especially where we are not able to get it physically, we can get it online, and how to interact with the gadgets. So it has been very important. And even the skills that we have, the schools will be different from what it was. So how I wish this information will reach all the others age-wise so that all the schools can benefit. And we will request, if possible, the same course will take place again in the future for empowerment. Thank you.
name is Jeremiah Chome, the head of institution of St. Mary's Bangladesh Comprehensive School, which is found in Mombasa County, Jomvu Sub-County. The junior school level of learning is between the primary and the senior school. They transitioned from grade 6 to grade 7, running up to grade 9. Most of them are in between the adolescent stage and post-adolescent stage. The learners at this stage of junior school need a lot of support because bearing in mind that the CBC, the curriculum format, is new. So they need a lot of mentorship, encouragement, and close supervision from their teachers. We have gone through a number of challenges of CBC since its inception when it started. And one of the challenges is lack of enough teachers. When we started, we initially used the primary teachers to assist in the junior school. Number 2 of the challenges is resources. Textbooks and even infrastructure is also one of them. We didn't have enough classes to accommodate the junior students. So those are some of the immediate challenges which we faced. Number 1, we have been taking them for capacity building. Those teachers have been we have been supporting them through taking them to capacity building courses. Some of them are organized at school level and some of them are organized by the Ministry of Education. As a school leader, continuous training is very important because as a leader, you must be a reader. So you need to get the emerging issues, what changes are there, because education is dynamic. So it changes from one time to another. So we need a lot of information and knowledge as we lead the school. I'm really anticipating a lot of knowledge from the organizers of this seminar or workshop. Number 1, to enhance leadership skills. Because now I was trained as a primary teacher, but now here is a junior school. So I need more skills to run the comprehensive school. Number 2, also to handle my teachers who are undergoing a new curriculum. Because some of them are also worried on how to go. But with the leadership skills, we shall be able to maintain and be able to capture some of the weaknesses which are there. Yeah, I foresee some challenges because it is up-based. Number 1, we need a very strong internet. We need data bundles, which include a cost, and also we need gadgets, which can be able to hold us through the course. So challenges are there, but we are there to overcome them. My parting shot is that the course is overdue, because we are now in the 3rd year of junior school. It might have come in the beginning of the 1st year of junior school, which was around which year? 2023. But now we have gone to grade 9. But all in all, it's better later than never. So we thank for the organizers to bring us this course. It will be really a help to us.
My name is Mr. John Mokabi Ndungu, currently the principal of PCA Bahati Matias Academy and Junior School. This is a private church-based institution in Makandara constituency of Nairobi County within Buruburu zone. The junior school level of running, that is in terms of structure, is the lowest, is the highest end of the primary setup, because from there they will transition to senior secondary school. And within the junior secondary school, students are expected to take 3 years. That is grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. The entry age basically is around 12 years, 12, 13, and the exit age is about 14, 15 years. From there, runners transition to senior secondary school. In terms of support, students within the junior secondary schools are within an age of crisis, basically because of adolescence, peer influence. Some of them are oriented towards being heard and questioning the authority. So there are so many things that they need to be supported in, like for example, in matters of guidance and counseling, providing resources to those that are in need of them, and such kinds of things. For sure, CBC implementation has faced so much pressure, challenges and bottlenecks. Some of them, we have lack of stakeholder support. CBC is an integration of efforts from school management, government, parents, and the community. But most of these, or some of these stakeholders, like the parents and the members of the society, lack a basic understanding of what the CBC is and what their input expectations are. And therefore, to some extent, it dents the progress of implementation, because sometimes we need resources from the parents are not able to avail them, and if they avail them, it is not timely, so it dents the curriculum implementation. At PCA Bahati Matias Academy, we have been very resolute in offering support to our parents and making sure that we continually empower them through professional development seminars. Training is important because knowledge is not static. It's very
Good morning, colleagues. We are waiting for the others. Shortly, within 2 minutes, we'll be in. As I mentioned in the morning, our numbers are still very low, so kindly, if you are not able to see either your neighbor, your colleague, HOA, you can do a message and remind them that the sessions are ongoing. We are now on our review of Module 2, that is curriculum implementation support. And before we start our session this morning, we are giving ourselves very few minutes so that in the morning, 44 of you are in. Right now, the numbers are less than even 30. So kindly, let's hold on for 1-2 minutes so that we can start our unit 2 review. Yeah, I think the others will get on board as we keep on moving on. And before we begin our discussion on Unit 2, I humbly want to invite our Director, Kemi, to introduce himself and maybe do a few remarks as he usher in our CU. Welcome, sir.
Yeah, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, Muranga. Good morning, Isiolo. Good morning, Meru. And which other one? I greet you this morning as I welcome you to this session. We have had the first session in the morning and interacted with the issues of ICT in learning, how we can be able to use ICT in learning. And now we are here on the second unit where we are reviewing the curriculum implementation support. I want to welcome you and I pray that you stay on board till we finish. Now, I just want to remind you that What we are doing today is just a difference of instructional methodology. Instead of coming to face with you where you are, we are using technology to bring the entire 5 counties, the 5 counties on board. Using technology, we are leveraging technology so that we can be able to deliver these learning approaches to everybody. So sometimes it might be a little bit challenging for some of us, but this is the way to go. This is the future. I want to urge each one of us to, as much as possible, try to be on board so that we can go together. I also want to ask you that this is one of the methods that we can be using even in our own class to learn in classrooms using technology. So as we move to the second chapter, the second unit where we are reviewing curriculum support, we have been joined by our CEO, Dr. Odondo, who is here with us. And we have also been joined by Director Research and Consultants, who is here with us. So I want to welcome Director Joyce, Dr. Joyce, to greet us. Then we continue. Joyce.
So good morning, everyone. I hope you are doing well. Yeah, just want to have one word. Online learning is complex. It is what we refer to as a self-directed learning, where you are responsible for your own learning and therefore requires a lot of discipline in content interaction, submission of assignments, and etc. So by the end of today, you'll have reviewed your Unit 1, 2, and 3. I hope you have started working on the assignments so that at least by the end of the month, you'll have submitted Unit 1, 2, and 3. So I wish you all the best and may God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Joyce, for those remarks. It is my good pleasure now to invite our CEO, Dr. Odondo, to speak to us, and then we proceed. Dr. Odondo, please.
Good morning, our esteemed heads of institution. We are glad as an institute to be here once again as we review the previous learning that we undertook a few months ago. And from my end, I want to indicate that I've been so much impressed with the report as you are able now to deliberate and communicate the key issues which you learned in ICT integration in learning. I was so much impressed with the depth of knowledge that the heads of institution possess. And that is a clear indication that as a country, we are moving in the right direction, and particularly in improving educational outcomes for our nation. I also want to urge all of us who are here, the leadership, the heads of institutions who are here, to help us encourage our colleagues who probably did not attend to this call. Because considering the number we had last time in our meetings, I can see the number, the attendance, even from your end, the attendance has gone down. So I want to urge you to whip your colleagues so that they are able to catch up with us in the course of the day, and also partly as we purpose to conclude it tomorrow. This is a very, very instrumental learning approach, which will help us reach out to a huge target in as far as improving the performance of our institutions are concerned. So as leadership, I want to urge all of us to help us strengthen the communities of practice by being brothers keepers. Let's not allow our brothers, our colleagues, our sisters to be left behind in this undertaking. Let's work with them, because that is the expectation of the Ministry of Education. When we start off this program, we are expected to have 100% completion, because this program is fully supported by our partner, the BOB Education for Development, under the guidance of the Ministry of Education. KEMI being the implementing agency, we work very closely with all the key players in this very important program. So I want to urge all of us, let's whip our colleagues and let us attain 100% completion, and we'll be proud of it, because we shall have contributed to the education ecosystem and delivered the purpose for which we were established, and of course for which we were employed, that is you and us as educators in this country. I want to wish us the very best. I know we still have the day is going on, and we still have the next day, that is tomorrow. And hopefully, I trust we'll make this review very meaningful, and they will make this learning enjoyable, and we'll be happy as we conclude the weekend's program. Thank you once again, and most welcome, and congratulations for being part of this very important program. Asante sana.
Thank you, our CEO Kemi, our directors, participants. Kindly let us get to our reaction box so that we can appreciate the Kemi management for their input. Let us get to our reaction box and appreciate. Thank you. I can see a number of us have reacted. Others are still looking for the chat box for the reaction icon. We are now moving on to our unit 2, as I said earlier. And to start us up, it's my colleague, Dr. Grace Gatundu. You are welcome, Daktari.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Eunice. Good morning, colleagues. Once again, we are back, and it's good to remind ourselves that this is a review. We've already gone through this. We're only reminding ourselves of where we are, because by the end of the day, we do not want this to just be a course that we took, finished, and got a certificate. We wanted to speak to us as education leaders. Remember, you and I, you are the people who will ensure that CBE in Kenya succeeds. And when the school leaders are aware of what is expected of them, it means also all the teachers are also aware. So in this, we are going to review what we did in curriculum implementation support, and we will be seeing what are some of the areas we looked at. We just be reminding ourselves of some of the areas that we looked at, and we will want to know, in this curriculum, where are we? Me as the school leader, how am I supporting my teachers? How am I ensuring that it is happening or it is working as expected? So when we did our self-paced learning, remember the time we met, we talked a lot, we said a lot of things, we did a lot of exercises. So here we're only reminding ourselves, where are we? How have we been moving on? Some of the areas that we covered included the basic education curriculum framework, the BECF. And we were telling ourselves that CBE is anchored on the BECF 2019. And you, as an instructional leader, you play a very critical role in providing support. For it to work, it It is you who is providing support to your teachers, and the teachers now are able to support the learners so that by the end of the day we can talk of CBE reaching what was expected from the BCF. Again, the BCF outlines the vision, and for now where we are as school leaders, all of us are aware of the vision of the CBE, and we're talking about it, we are telling people what it is all about, and the mission. And it is good for you to always remember that anything that you are doing in school should be supporting the vision and the mission as it is stipulated in the BCF, so that we all be working together and discussing the same things. It also talks about the national goals of education. And it is good for us as school leaders to be aware of what the national goals of education are, because all the learning that's happening at this time got to be anchored on the national goals of education. And it's good, we task the teachers to also understand and to ensure even when we are doing our own preparation, what is it that you're telling them that is in line with the national goals of education. Again, we also talked about the guiding principles of BCF, and when you're looking at all that, we were in a place of understanding what are these principles, what are the pillars, where is the BECF anchored. But when we talk about the CBE, we can bring all this together. And we bring it to the teachers. They understand the expectations and also what is expected of the work that they are doing. We also got to remind ourselves that there's a lot of emphasis that is laid on the 21st century skills. And these are the skills we are giving to our learners. Our learners are the 21st century learners. The teacher is also a 21st century teacher. And so we understand the 21st century skills. Is this how we are doing our work? And it is the school leader who leads this. It's the school leader who understands this. That's the person who makes us know where we are moving to. Because the 21st century learner needs all of us to build their character. How do we build this character? We can only build it if we understand where they are, where they're coming from, and also understand what is expected of them in the world. Again, we have talked about the learner-centered teaching, because we're saying for the learners to get the competencies, the learning got to be learner-centered. And it is you now, the school leader, to understand this. The learner-centered pedagogy includes what? What am I expected to do? How do I need to move? How do I need to move on? And the most important thing, if CB is going to work, you as a school leader, you also got to look at the infrastructure. We improve the infrastructure and how, so that we are able to move on. So all that is covered in the basic education curriculum framework. And we did a lot of it. We reminded ourselves, and we still keep on reminding ourselves. And at the same time, as a school leader, we also got to remember, when we talk about the basic education curriculum framework, we need to understand the rationale. And in this rationale, we'll be asking ourselves, what is it that made the system of education to be as it is? And it is good. We've talked about it. We reminded ourselves about it. And again, I'll repeat, it is the school leader who understands the expectations, the rationale, where these came from. And we reminded ourselves of some of the things that brought this change in education. And you remember we talked about the task force on the realignment of education sector to the Kenya Vision 2030. And when we're discussing this, we got to remind ourselves, it's already almost 2030. What is this vision? How do we make it work with the CBE? We got to bring it together so that everyone understands, the teachers understand, and the learners understand how this rationale came about. Again, we got to talk about the Constitution. It's good to remind ourselves of what we said. And remember, when we were learning, we were telling ourselves, it's not about knowing the articles in the Constitution. It is about looking at what speaks to the child. And then as a school leader, you're asking yourself, What is my role in all this? What do I need to do? What is it that is expected of me? Then after that, after we looked at the basic education curriculum framework, we looked at the interpretation of curriculum designs, and we took a bit of time in this one. We took a bit of time, the centers where we were, we took a bit of time because we were looking at a school leader and we were saying, as a school leader, you're the person who supervises the implementation of the curriculum. And we said, you cannot supervise what you do not understand. You cannot check the implementation when you do not understand what is expected of you. And we talked a lot about it, and we looked at some of the things that we needed to be checking. And it is good for a school leader to understand. When it comes to the curriculum designs, what is it that you need to look at? What are the areas that need to be understood by everyone? And as school leader, it is you to lead us. It is you to tell us where you're coming from. Because if the design outlines the components of the curriculum, you as the school leader, you got to understand what are the national goals. Once you understand the national goals of education, you'll also be in a position to check, do the teachers understand the national goals of education? Are they able to marry these components or the elements of the curriculum with the work that they are doing? And I remember we did a lot of practice there, checking the national goals of education, the level learning outcomes, the ESET statement. And these are the things that as a school leader, we told ourselves we got to understand. Because whatever you're implementing, you got to understand it. Whatever you're supervising, you got to understand it. And that is why even our extended learning activity was in the interpretation of the curriculum design, and it was quite simple. But we'll see how simple it was as we come to the end of this. You as a school leader, again, in the interpretation of the designs, you also got to understand the strats, the substrats, so that you're able to guide the teachers, such that even when you're seeing the work that has been organized by the teachers, you're in a position to be able to guide them, tell them what is expected of them or what you need to look at. Again, we talked about the development of the professional documents, and this was very interesting, the professional documents. And when we're talking about this, remember, this development of the professional documents is emanating from where? From the fact that you're able to interpret the curriculum designs. So you as a school leader, it is a high time you checked whether your teachers, they understand the designs. Are they able to interpret them so that they are able to develop the professional documents? We went through those documents, and that is what you're already doing in your school. You're looking at the schemes of work. You're seeing how the teachers are deriving their lessons from the scheme of work. And we talked a lot about discouraging the teachers from buying schemes of work. Because we were saying the schemes of work are made by somebody somewhere. Are they speaking to your learners in your school? Because I will make my schemes of work in Nairobi, I put them online, I am selling them, but are they speaking to that child in Nandi? Are they speaking to that child in Meru? And that's what we're saying. It is the school leaders' work to encourage the teachers to be developing professional documents that have meaning, that speak to their learners, and that are checking each and every bit of what they are expected to be looking at. Again, we looked at the effective use of instructional resources, and we were telling ourselves what are the resources available, and we shared a lot working with what is available in our schools. And when do we require these resources? Do the teachers understand the resources that they require? If the teachers understand the resources that they require, it means you, the school leader, have already done your work. You've told them about the resources. And also we said about discouraging them, telling parents to buy. The resources are what is it that is available in my locality? What is it that I can work with? Again, we looked at learner-centered pedagogies and how we were going to, how we were applying these pedagogies, and there are many. And this, we were saying, the teachers got to know the change has come. And the learner-centered pedagogies are working very well. They need, from the school leader, they will be able to understand, when do I use a project? When is it that I use inquiry? How do I integrate all these? How do I become transformative in my school? Again, we looked at the utilization of assessment results for decision making. Remember, we said we're getting a lot of information. Are we utilizing it for decision making? And I remember we even had some exercises where we were looking at the results. In fact, we used the results of KIPSEA. And we and the head teachers we were with, we were talking about getting to the portal, the NEC portal, and looking at the results of KIPSEA and that report that came from NEC. And we're asking ourselves, are we using that report to make decisions? Even in our classroom assessment, are the teachers using the information they are getting for decision making? Even in a school-based assessment, are we using those results to make a decision? Because we do not have assessment for the sake of assessment. They're supposed to inform us where our learners are. And you as the school leader, you are the consumer of this information from the teachers. So that as you're making decisions, you know where your decision is coming from. And as we're coming to the close, we talked about institutional-based continuous professional development, and we agreed. It's not just about the courses paid for by the Teacher Service Commission, or even by your school. There's also your own way, your own motivation of ensuring that there's professional development of anything that comes up. Like now, I am sure we as the school leaders, we're already looking at what is the assessment that grade 9 is going to do. And in that, we're already educating ourselves on school selection, etc., etc. There are many things that we do. There are many things that we can work with, but it's good to remember you grow and grow other people. Are you a mentor? Are you a coach? Are you growing other teachers? Or are you encouraging them to grow themselves and also to go with the times? And when we were finishing this, we talked about the role of heads of institution in CBE and CPA implementation. And it was quite interesting. There are so many things that we do. And the most important thing was the decisions you make impact on the teachers, impact on the learner. By the end of the day, when it impacts on the learner, it impacts on the country. And there was a lot of information on that. And with this just a short reminder of where we were or where we had come from, we now move on and see what is it that we are reminding ourselves on. We're just doing a short exercise to remind ourselves of where we came from, where we are, what we've done. As I started, this is not about knowing how much, not whether we have covered or not covered. It's about you as a school leader. How is it speaking to you as a person? And so our activity here is, what were the main reasons for curriculum reforms in Kenya? And there is a space there for us to put our answers. What were the main reasons for curriculum reforms in Kenya? And you know the reasons you put down are the reasons from where you understand. It is you. Twende kazi. Let us put it down. Start the activity. Let's put it down. And don't forget, some of them I've alluded to in the introduction. We have 3 minutes to go. Or what you remember, put it down. And remember, what you remember is what you work with, is what you tell the parents, is what you tell your teachers. Let's continue. It's now almost coming to the end. 2 minutes to go. One minute to go. And I'm expecting an answer or more than one answer from each and every one of us, please. I'm seeing some of the answers on the chat box. Still okay? It's not an exam. It's not an assessment. Just a reminder to just remind ourselves where we are. So it's okay. And I think we can look at some of the answers that we've given. I'll start from the chat box, and some of them are. It is what you tell yourself. It is what you tell the teachers. Remember, we are the leaders. And what we give is what goes. And Teresia says, one reason was to help us give learners skills relevant to the 21st century workplace. And I believe, Teresia, this is what you're doing with your teachers, this is what is happening in your school. Kipto says to curb cheating in exams. Maybe, yeah, it could be. That was one of the reasons. Anthony Goroi, to have a learner-centered approach. Yeah, so Anthony is telling us we've been having teacher-centered, now we are getting learner-centered approach. And then now we have Penina Kirienya to ensure that the learners are carefully equipped according to the current technology. I don't know, when you talk about current technology, you're talking about ICT integration in learning. Caroline Tuwei, to align with Vision 2030 and to be learner-centered. And I hope this is what now you stress. And when you're stressing it, you ask, what is this vision of the Vision 2030? How does it relate to CBE? Because remember, what you're giving as the reason, you also got to remind yourself, is it talking to the learners? That Vision 2030, has it got any meaning to the learners? How do we align it? How do we marry it to the CBE? Again, to be practical-based than cognitive-based. Esther, we will talk about that. Magdalene Choge, to have a learner-centered approach. Joyce Coril is talking about to meet global, sorry for that, Okay, I can see a group of leads to produce an all-out student to incorporate dynamics in education. Mati. To enhance learner varied abilities in the rural voicing in order to equip learners with practical skills involving doing to adapt to emerging technology. Remember what we've said. Oh, this is what is happening. We're only asking ourselves, are we ensuring what we are talking about as the reason as to why we had the reforms is what is actually there? And I'll still take you back. Just go back to the BECF and check why did we change curriculum? Why was this reform? The education reforms were informed by what? It becomes easy. You find that most of these things that you're talking about, we are interpreting them in our own way, which is okay, but you can marry them to what the BECF is talking about. Bruce says to enhance learners' varied abilities. Baraoi Shadrach says to address changing dynamics in modern society. Felicitas Wanjue, to meet the needs of the Vision 2030. And I will still keep on telling us, let's check, what does the Vision 2030 talk about when we are bringing in the issues of CBE? Ntaragwi, to include education for people with disabilities and to cater for all learners, which is free. And when you look at that, you say it just goes back and speaks to the Constitution. What does the Constitution say? It is Jonathan, that's it, to incorporate ICT into the new curriculum. So it means you're talking about ICT integration. So it takes you back to the 21st century learner, and you marry that to the reforms to develop a learner-centered, flexible curriculum, to do away with exam-oriented. So what are we talking about? We are telling ourselves that the moment we understand where we have the reforms, we make everything else work with everybody. It is the school leader who understands. Cecilia Mwendo hisitaacha to shift from the old system to another system of learning. Now, Cecilia, we want to know, what is this shifting? If you're shifting from the old, what was in the old that we go to another? Was the old bad? And that's one thing I keep on telling people. We as the school leaders, we are not the people to talk about that the old 844 system was not good. It was a very good system, still is one of the best systems. So give the reason as to why there was the shift, so that nobody demonizes where we are coming from. We are coming from a good system, just working with what is expected, the global trends. That's why we are changing, and etc. So when we look at it that way and we understand the reforms, we make the parents understand, we make the learners understand, our teachers understand. It means all the stakeholders in our schools will understand this. And so from there, we are going to do another small, short exercise that is the interpretation of the curriculum decides. A reminder. We are not doing something new. We're just reminding ourselves of where we started, where we are, and you and I, as school leaders, how we understand it. Karibu sana, Dr. Continue.
Thank you, Daktari, for taking us through the introductory part of it, and also taking us through the reasons for curriculum reforms in Kenya. And I think we have seen very, very good answers from our colleagues. I also appreciate you so much. And now we come into the interpretation of the curriculum designs. And of course, I know we're all talking about the CBC, the curriculum designs, and we are saying that when the curriculum designs are well interpreted, obviously it will lead to maybe a learner-centered approach. So learner-centered teaching, it will lead to the achievement of the learning outcomes. It will lead to the learners developing some values. So the activity we have with us here is talking about the curriculum designs from a learning area of your choice. You are required to interpret the key components so that we can inform effective teaching and learning approaches that can improve the learning outcomes. Remember that the learning outcomes are basically drawn from the national goals of education. And of course, outcomes, basically we are looking at the end results at national level, at learning area level, and also maybe as per the substrands and the strands. So that is what we're looking at here, that when we interpret the curriculum very well, then we will ensure that our learning becomes more of learner-centered to ensure that we achieve the learning outcomes. So I want us to respond to this question here. Using a curriculum designed from a learning area of your choice in grade 7, 8, or 9, interpret the key components to inform effective teaching and learning approaches that improve learning outcomes. Can we go and answer this, please, just now? I think you can put your answers there. Using a curriculum designed from a learning area of your choice in grade 7, 8, and 9, interpret the key components to inform effective teaching and learning. Yes, thank you, thank you. We can now start the activity, and you have been given 5 minutes. I know we are teaching different learning areas, and of course you can choose any. You can choose any and provide an answer to the question. That is, using a curriculum design from a learning area of your choice in grade 7, 8, and 9, interpret the key components to inform. So what are the components of those curriculum designs, the learning curriculum designs from the learning area of your choice? Please go ahead and just respond to this. We have got 4 minutes remaining. Thank you, thank you. Using a curriculum designed from a learning area of your choice in grade 7, 8, and 9, interpret the key components to inform effective teaching and learning approaches that improve learning outcomes. Please go ahead and share your responses. Thank you. Let's share, please, from your screens. We are not receiving any responses. Please, let's respond. Let's respond, please. Let's respond, please. Using a curriculum designed from a learning area of your choice. Thank you. Thank you. I can see some putting in the chat boxes. That is only Ambrose Kipkemboi. But also from your screens, there's provision for putting up your response. We have 2 minutes remaining. So what are the key components of the curriculum design that you have chosen? What are the key components of the curriculum design you have chosen? That is the question, so that you can inform effective teaching and learning approach. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. So only a few of us have responded. Please, let's respond. 1 more minute remaining. Tafadhali. The key components of the curriculum design that you have chosen. So our time is gone. We have 1 more minute remaining. Thank you. Now they're coming very well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, allow us then go through them briefly. Thank you. Thank you. I think our time. Oh, good. Donald Lagat, I think at least you have shared your point. Thank you. We have got 8% responding through the Nearpod. Very good. We can go through the answers in the Nearpod first as we proceed now then to the ones from the chat box. And from Nearpod, Donald Lagat talks about the key inquiry question as a method. Thank you. Let's move on. Move on to the next response. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No answer. Good, good. No, no, no. No answer. And kindly let us know how we are getting to Nearpod, please. Thank you. So then, allow us continue from the chat box. I think we have received so many responses. And the question was that using a curriculum design from a learning area of your choice, you are asked to interpret the key components so that you can inform effective teaching and learning approaches. And I remember beginning by saying that effective interpretation of the curriculum design will ensure that we are adopting effective teaching and learning approaches. And as per your responses, the answers received here from Dixon is core competencies, one of the components of the curriculum design of his choice. Then Teresia Caberia has chosen English language, and the key components he has mentioned are reading, listening, speaking, writing, and the approach selected drama-based. That is, e.g. role-playing to practice speaking and listening skills. Penina Kerinya has mentioned KIQ and learning experience. Key inquiry, that is by Clara Keio. Core competencies, thank you very much. Lawrence has mentioned lesson learning outcomes, learning experiences, resources. Emily Kipto, mind all the learner's needs, learning resources, that is Anthony Koroi, use of video clips as part of the ICT integration, make learners to be self-reliant, that is Julia. Caroline Amani, that is values to be acquired. Then we have got Imenyi as chosen science, and weak lesson strand, substrand. So we have got the weak lesson strand, then we have got the strand, the substrand, specific learning outcomes and learning experiences, and also the key inquiry questions, and also the learning resource assessment methods. And Turanira has mentioned key inquiry question, ensure learners' involvement, Carolina Mani, strand or substrand, and I think that is all we have from us. But then we can review it very briefly. Remember, the question was very clear. The question was that using a curriculum design from a learning area of your choice in grade 7 8, and 9 interpret the key components. So I think we have done well in this, because when you talk about the key components of the curriculum designs here, they have mentioned the strands, the substrands, they have mentioned the specific learning outcomes, they have mentioned the core competencies, they have mentioned values and attitudes. They have mentioned the pedagogical approaches. I think we talk about the key, the different method, project-based method, the use of ICT. You talked about the problem-solving approaches. You also mentioned the assessment strategies when you are going to carry out assessment. That is, as learning goes on, or maybe the summative one. At what point do you carry out the assessment, and what is the kind of assessment? You have mentioned also the PCIs. I think somebody has mentioned that so far. So those are the various components of the curriculum designs that you can pick from any of the learning areas, so that you are able to ensure that as a teacher, you adopt effective teaching and learning approaches that can help improve the learning outcomes in your class. Otherwise, thank you very much. Allow me welcome my colleague Eunice to take us through the next concept, which is now on instructional resources. Thank you. Karibu Eunice.
Thank you, Dr. Mwanza, Dr. Grace, for taking us through the first session. I now this time want to engage us verbally. I know as per planning, we wanted to do this activity in the writing, but because time is far much gone, I want to hear from your end, because as Dr. Grace reminded us, we are the driver in ensuring that we are implementing our competence-based education, the planning. We are reminding ourselves that we have the recommendations from our education stakeholders. We are reminding ourselves that going by sessional paper number 1 of 2015 and the task force on education, we have the changes because we are insisting on a relevance, flexible, and also a responsive curriculum. Elvis kindly guide us in giving permission to a number of our participants so that we can hear them respond verbally. Remember again, typing sometimes can take too much. And here what we are looking for, it is a description on the responsibility of an instructional resources in a learner-centered classroom. So kindly, participants, let us describe the role of instructional resources. Which are these resources? I don't know whether there is somebody raising up their hands, Elvis.
Yes, you can just raise your hand and then you can be able to just raise your hand.
Participants, kindly go to the reaction box so that you can be able to raise up your hand. Feristas, Wanjoe. Feristas, unmute yourself.
Kindly explain to us how to get to the near point where we are supposed to write our responses.
Yeah, thank you. I have said because some of you are struggling, we respond verbally. But Elvis will be guiding you. I have discovered from the time we began, a number of us are not responding. So kindly, we want to hear you speak now because we are in our final section in this unit. I thought, Joey, you wanted to respond, but I can see two participants are raising up their hands. Elvis, permit them to speak.
Hello.
Yeah, we
Yes.
can hear you.
Yes, this is Ambrose.
Yeah.
Yeah, instructional materials, I believe those are what we would otherwise still call the teaching aids.
Yeah.
And they support learning greatly because these are things which we can display to the learners, for example, in terms of charts. And if we have the real objects, we would still use them to display to learners to support the content that we are discussing in a class or in a learning area, a particular learning area. This supports a lot in achieving the specific learning outcome in the lesson. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bruce. You are reminding us that these are the formerly referred to as teaching learning aids. We have 3 more participants who want to speak. Unmute yourself and share your points.
Yes, please. This is. Hello there. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yes, this is Meru. The role of instructional materials are one, they make learning interesting, and number 2, learning becomes real. Real in the sense that learners directly interacting, they manipulate the learning resources, they directly interact with the learning materials, and therefore it makes the lesson real for them. They also become active participants in the learning process. Not that they are only listening to the teacher, they are also doing with the teacher. I think also learning materials will act as an assessment tool at the end of everything. The teacher may refer to those learning resources for assessments. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Remember again, CBA is another key element when it comes to implementation of competence-based education. Reading from the chat box, I can see a number of you this time around. I haven't seen anybody do any write-up in the chat box. Remember, we are saying that these instructional resources are very key because they enhance active learning. Many other times in our traditional way of teaching, learners, most of them, were left to be passive listeners. But when we are using instructional resources, and more so when the teacher is introducing the lesson, it means that the learning becomes enjoyable. We are also reminding ourselves that learners learn differently. And that's why we are saying that the instructional resources support diverse learning style. There are those who learn by seeing, there are those who learn by hearing, and there are those also who learn by doing. So where our teachers are using appropriate now instructional resources, it means all learners will be engaged to the classroom actively. Likewise, remember we are saying that we are including all the learners, and therefore the element on inclusivity is very key when it comes to a lesson delivery. We have been reminded about issues to do with assessment, and these are very key because, again, where now a teacher is using instructional resources, it means that he is asking some questions and the learners are responding. And through that now engagement, remember we have various types of assessment. Maybe a teacher could be observing and also awarding some marks.
we are talking about collaboration, both from the teacher's end and also from our learners' perspective. And therefore, we are saying that when a teacher now has prepared to use appropriate instructional resources, our learners will be able to collaborate easily. They will be able to show their creativity when it comes to sharing the information in view to the given learning area. I now want to usher in my colleague, Dr. Grace, so that we can get to the next slide. We have spoken about the utilization of assessment results for decision making. Kamau, take us to e-portfolio so that we can be able to revisit and see the work in progress. E-portfolio slide. Yeah, extended learning activities. There we are, Dr. Grace Aribo.
Thank you, Eunice. I come back. I was looking at our e-portfolios, and some of them are very interesting. I will share a case, and watu wa Nandi, msiseme nimewaonea, you happen to be here and I've gone through some of your e-portfolios. What is there? I found out that when we were learning about Blogger, I started working on it, and mine was a small flower that was written, My Learning Journey. Quite a number of you people picked the flower as it was and uploaded and moved on. From Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3, you are using the same flower. So what am I saying? When you look at the work we had been given, we were to prepare a 1-week scheme of work using relevant curriculum design in a learning area of your choice. And that one we picked. There are some who did and picked it very well. There are those who had written it in a book, then they took a picture and uploaded just the picture. It has nothing. So it is about like the person looking at it, it is you look at the picture and think what it is supposed to be. And I was trying to tell my colleagues that, my colleagues in Nandi and Transoia, that that scheme of work, if you've not written anything about it, if you've not reflected on it at all, it is just a picture ulichukua kutoka kwa kitabu. Just look at the scheme of work, just explain what it is so that someone understands. Reflect on it so that the person looking at it also understands that you can tell the relationship in that schemes of work from the national goals of education to the level learning outcome, essence statement, substrat, that it comes out that this is what it speaks to you about. Then the marriage between those elements so that it is understood. Explain that scheme of work. My colleagues, once again, instead of just going to the design, or instead of just picking what you already have and it is typed and take a photo, arrange the photo very well, such that you do not see at the edges of the page, some zimeidama, just bring out something very neat, but explain what it is and reflect on it. Same as a lesson plan. A lesson plan should also be, just as I talked about the schemes of work, let it be reflective. Let someone understand behind this lesson of work, This is the thinking of the teacher with my learners in mind. So in short, I'm saying, this extended learning activity, please, these artifacts that you've brought in, explain them and reflect on them. And for all the activities we have, this was our simplest, because we already have the schemes of work, isn't it? Just explain what it is, reflect on it. Go to the lesson plan. Explain it, reflect on it. Then upload. That when someone opens that blogger, let it not look like someone is lost. Let them see it clearly, an artifact of a scheme of work that is explained and reflected, an artifact of a lesson plan that is explained and reflected on, so that we can see what was the meaning behind it if you are giving it to the students. What was the thinking behind it? Just that. And I am still looking forward to reading them more and seeing more of these schemes of work, because this is what I started with. You as the school leader, you've got to be in a position to explain a schemes of work and reflect on it, a lesson plan and reflect on it, because you're the person who ensures that implementation is taking place. And when you're supervising, you know what you are supervising. Thank you so much. Looking forward to seeing more of this, unless Elvis has something he would want to talk about that artifact. The artifact.
Yeah, thank you. Before Elvis speak, kindly, we want to hear from you the challenges which you are encountering, because we have discovered a number of you have not uploaded the link. Remember, as we are saying, you are supposed to work in the blogger. Once now you complete your working, you save, you publish, you copy the link and upload the link to the e-learning platform. That is our Kemi app. But I think likewise, I was able to look at some of your submission, and most of you are not even uploading a link. Let us hear whether you are getting some challenges. I can see Masai, your hand is up.
Hello. Hello, good afternoon. Now, I would like to check if it is in order for you to display the uploaded schemes of work for one person maybe who successfully explained and reflected on it, and the best one and the worst one, so that we gauge where we are.
Okay, we can hear Elvis' response towards that.
That question is not technical, so I will take it back to the trainer to answer, because he's asking on whether they should upload a good scheme of work and bad schemes of work.
He's asking whether we have a sample.
A sample.
Unuploaded, yeah. Submission.
We had shared. We have not shared one, but it can be arranged. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Masai, you have heard that one can be done. Come on. In conclusion, we are therefore saying, next slide, come on, that in our self-paced learning, we have covered the topics which Dr. Grace emphasized very well, and I don't want to repeat. And we are reminding ourselves kindly, let us get charged. I know we have some challenges, with the implementation of competence-based curriculum. But as a school leader, we are saying you must keep on working extremely hard so that you can be able to support the implementation of CBE. Thank you very much. And up to there, I can say we are done with our unit 2, and we are now getting to our review on unit 3. And to start us up is my colleague, Dr. Grace Gatundu. Karibu. Kamau, kindly let us switch now to unit 3 review.
Thank you. Thank you, colleagues. Thank you, Eunice. Thank you, Dr. Grace. I think we've learned a lot in Unit 2 review. And so we are moving on to our final session for today, which is basically the review of Unit number 3. That is the learner support programs. And you have seen how we are embracing team teaching just to ensure that the sessions become more impactful. I want to see your comments, please, in the chat box, just as we end the second session. That is the review of Unit 2. A few comments will be good so that I welcome Dr. Grace to start us off. So a few comments from us we'll really appreciate on how that session went. Thank you, Teresia. You raised up your hand just for 1 minute. Teresia, your hand is raised. You can unmute. Go ahead.
My question is, this reflection, is it also being written on the blog, or you write it on the place?
Elvis, did you hear it right? We are losing you somewhere. I think you are breaking.
Yes, I think I had the question.
Go ahead.
I was asking whether reflection should be done on the blog. Precisely. Ladies and gentlemen, all our reflections, all our artifacts, all our descriptions will be done on the Blogger app. The only thing that will be lifted into the Kemi app is now the link on arranging our work on the Blogger. Unit 1, let us focus on arranging our work on the Blogger app. Unit 2, Unit 3, and so on and so on. The only thing that we now back into the Kemi app is just a link to direct us.
I hope you have been answered very well. I think that's okay. Comments, please, in the chat box. Any comments? Session 2 was very helpful to me. I did not copy. I did not copy. I think there are so many coming in. This is a new link. Oh, sorry. Session 2 was very helpful to me. I didn't copy link after publishing that artifact in Unit 1. Caroline, a very good input to work on the explanation and reflection. Thank you. Esther, a very nice section. We have understood more. E-portfolio still wanting. Thank you. Thanks, answered. Very helpful, Teresia. Thank you. Thank you very much. With that then, allow us, thank you, Masai. Good session, thank you. So allow me then now to welcome my colleagues to start at 12:20. Please, we have 1 more hour to go. So let's stay tuned. Karibu sana daktari.
Thank you so much, Dr. Omwanza. Colleagues, thank you for the review of Unit 2 and Unit 1. And also thank you for the fact that you're sharing where the issues are not working very well. And especially when you're sharing about the e-portfolio and how you're sharing the link to the Blogger, and also the answers that we've got from my colleagues, especially the ICT department, on how you need to upload your artifacts. We keep on learning. Remember, this is one thing we keep on telling ourselves. As teachers, we are in the process of growing. We never reach there. We are all in the process. And as we continue, let us now look at learner support programs. Learner support programs. And as we said last time when we met face-to-face, we talked about them as the various structured learning experiences those learning experiences that complement formal education. They are part and parcel of the learning. They are part and parcel of what is happening in our schools. And it is good to know that learner support programs, there are many. But it's good to remember, they are structured, and these are experiences, and they complement formal education. They provide, this is what we said last time when we met, we said that they provide an informal learning opportunity. An informal learning opportunity, such that you're not picking them as lessons in class, but they're part and parcel of the learning that is happening in our schools. And again, when we met, we said that they facilitate learners' personal, social, career, psychological, emotional development, all the things we would want to see in a wholesome child. And again, we said that they link education to everyday life. Yes, sure, education is part and parcel of everyday life. So it's like a link. The learner support programs are a link to learners' lives and everything that they do. And some of them that we looked at, in fact, these are the ones that we laid our emphasis on. I will not say much about them. I'll just give a short reminder about some of them, especially the parental empowerment and engagement. We are saying that you as the HOI, you're the person who needs to empower the parents before you engage them. And when we look at that, we are saying that we want the parents to be actively involved in the lives of the learners. And as part of the stakeholders in education, we need them to support all the programs that we need in school. Again, when we bring the parents in, we boost the motivation of the learners and also of the teachers, because they feel that this is not one person's job. It is all of us. It's like all of us are involved. When we engage and empower our parents, we are saying that there is a sense of security for the learners and all the other people involved in your school. They feel our learners are in the hands of people who are taking care of them. So there's an enhanced sense of security. Again, it encourages positive interaction. Remember, the parents are the ones who've given us their children. And in all this, you would want a positive interaction with the teachers, the learners, and the parents. And when we engage the parents, when we empower them, we involve them in whatever is happening in our schools. For us as school leaders, we know that it reinforces discipline. Because now it is not a one person's work, it is everybody's work. So it is the work of the HOI to ensure that we empower our parents and engage them. Let them understand the system of education. Let them understand their role in this education. Let us engage them in parents' meetings, class meetings, and even some schools have gone a notch higher. They have class WhatsApp groups. Involve them, empower them, engage them. Because by the end of the day, it's the child. And the child needs to be guided by everyone. Again, as we were talking last time when we met, we talked a lot about guidance and counseling. At the guidance and counseling, we say that these children are coming from our homes. They're coming from my home. They're coming from your home. And then the issues happening in my home, the issues happening in your home are the ones that they're bringing to school. The world is changing. There are also very many things happening around them. Look at your locality. Check your area. Check your community. What is it that is happening around that community? How is it impacting on the learning of the children in your school? What are the mechanisms of support that you've put down? If it is the issue of guidance and counseling, who are the people that you've brought in? Who is offering guidance and counseling to your learners? Whom have you brought in? The teacher who is doing that, do they have a skill? We normally say they do not have to be counselors, but do they have a skill of listening? Are they able to discern what the learners are going through? And this is a very good area that we need to keep on laying a lot of emphasis on, and it solves many of the issues that our learners are coming up with. I remember we always remind our teachers that a school counselor is not a medic. It's just about forming a relationship and moving the learners from one lesson, from one area to where they are to the area where they would want to be, and also for the teachers to understand the cases that we call cases of counseling and the cases that are not cases of counseling that require referral. So it is the duty of you and I as the education leaders in our schools to see how do we embrace and bring out guidance and counseling, and also ensure the teachers are aware of it. Value-based education, another area that we took a lot of emphasis on. We talked about it and we said that there's a lot that we need to do, nurturing values in learners. And even when we even go to the law, there's a lot that we talk about the values, and we need to nurture the values of our learners. Not forgetting, values are caught, they are never taught. And so what are the values in our area? What are our learners, what are they embracing? What are they able to get? According to their culture. It's not according to what the government says. It's according to where we are. What are the values in that area? What is the culture of these people? Do the learners understand what their culture means? Could also be about the religion. What is it that they believe in? How are we embracing this and ensuring that it is happening in our schools? It is more for character development. Because what kind of a citizen do we want to see tomorrow? I remember that the 3 E's, engaged, empowered. Remember that, and the ethical citizen. And so this is part of the work that we need to lay a lot of emphasis on as HOIs in our schools. And ours is to have an atmosphere, create an environment where the values, where the learners are able to develop their character, and that these values can be caught. That is having that environment that ensures that a value-based education is meaningful in our schools. The other area we talked about last time we met, community service learning, and you see there's a lot about it. It's all about meaningful community-based projects. Are our learners being involved in meaningful community-based projects? I remember we said this, and we put a lot of emphasis on it. We can have community service. We can have our learners being engaged in the community. Just like the one we started with. Remember the one of grade 3, where the learners went to sweep the market? Learners can go and sweep the market, and they come back saying they swept the market. But if there's no learning that came out of it, it just remains community service because there's no learning. So it's upon the HOI to see how do we ensure our involvement with the community. When our learners are offering service to the community, there's learning. They understand the community. They understand where they are coming from. They borrow a lot from their community, and they feel part and parcel of their community. Another area we talked about last time was mentorship and coaching, and we said that we start with you. It's always the HOI, and it is always you who is the leader. Are you mentoring your teachers? Are they able to mentor the learners? Are you coaching the teachers? And this is where we come in and start asking ourselves, once we get a new teacher in the institution, how do we make them understand what is happening around that institution? Are they able, me as a HOI, am I able to mentor the teachers? Are the teachers able to mentor the learners? So it starts from the top, goes to as it moves on. And lay a bit of emphasis, a lot of emphasis on this, because you're the head, you're the person in charge. And also, we see that there's a lot happening from the Teacher Service Commission about mentorship, coaching, but check, are you part of it? Are you doing it? Is it working in your school? We shared a lot about this. We also shared about citizenship. It's still part of the learner support programs, and you're saying the learners require to understand where they're coming from. They also need to understand the laws of the land. They need to get the sense of belonging. Because if you're going to get the ethical citizen, where will this come from? It comes from the school. And these are some of the programs that we need to lay a lot of emphasis on. And it does not have to look like you're teaching them, but it's always good to emphasize on the issue of citizenship, that our learners are able to understand what citizenship means for them. And it starts from where they are. You cannot belong to the country if you're not even belonging to the village where you are coming from. You're not feeling part and parcel of that community where you're coming from. It's the HOIs to see how we can go about it. The other issue we talked about was environmental education and non-formal programs. Do our learners understand their environment? Do they understand anything about environmental conservation? Where you are? What are the issues of the environment that the learners need to understand? That the teachers need to understand? How are we going about it so that we ensure that the environment around is conducive? What are all these programs that we have in school? The other area that we laid a bit of emphasis on was career guidance. And we're talking about identifying the potential of our learners. And with CBE, there's a lot that can happen informally that can make us understand where the learners are, can make us see some of the things that the learners are doing informally, and they can inform their careers. We have programs that are non-formal. We have music festival. And that is where we can see the talents of the learners. From that, we can capture the talents of the learners. We can capture the dancers with the public speakers, the people who are even offering leadership roles. We can see all these, but it is the HOI to ensure these learner support programs are in the school. Last but not least, chaplaincy. We all belong. We all believe in something. We all believe in something bigger than us. And this is where now, as the HOI, you go to see how do you bring in the issue of chaplaincy in our schools, and it does not cause issues with the community. Vet the people who are coming to talk to our learners. If the school is sponsored by a church, it's good we engage the church in giving us once in a week, just someone to come and talk to our learners about spirituality, etc., etc. But not always ensure people coming to talk to our learners, not just everyone. It must be somebody whom the Ministry of Education understands this person is coming in to assist us. What are we talking about when we talk about learner support programs? It's about you and I as HOIs. How do we ensure that these programs, all of them, are in our schools? Because they complement formal learning. What does that mean? It means they work hand in hand with what is happening in our schools. It is my role, it is your role to ensure these programs are there. To ensure that you have a whole terms program where you ensure all these things are happening in the school. None of them is lesser. None of them is greater than the other. All of them are important in our schools. Those are the 9 areas we looked at, these programs we looked at, and now we call upon you to look at them and see
how do we move on? We are now doing a small exercise.
Case study. Yeah.
A
Yeah,
small
thank you, Dr.
exercise
Grace.
of a case study, and I call upon my colleague Eunice Mogambi to take us through.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Grace. Those are the topical areas which we covered in this unit. And I will be requesting Elvis once again to divide us into 5 groups so that when we get to our discussion groups, remember to appoint one key person who will be able to do the presentation of the points you have noted down. And we are expected, and I'm sure we will be sharing this case scenario in the WhatsApp group chat box so that all of us can be able to read within our groups. And once we settle in our groups, group 1, you are supposed to tackle group 1 activity. Group 2, you do group 2 activity, 3, 4, and 5. And then after that, we will be able to assemble all of us in our main room, that is our plenary, so that we can hear and also beep up those points. Elvis, to you.
Thank you very much, Madam Eunice. We're going to get into 5 groups. We're going to take 10 minutes to discuss. We're going to post the questions in the chat. So go in and discuss. We're going to post the questions so that you're able to see it. And then we shall come back and then you're going to discuss the question. Thank you.
Thank you, Elvis. In the morning, I discovered a number of us who are left in our main room. The moment you see an icon sending you to your group, kindly click on it immediately so that you can move to your group. Keep on looking at your screen, lest you are left behind.
Should be Rosary.
Yes, group 1. Group 1, Roslyn. Yes, the question is here. How can the integration of multiple learning support strategies contribute to Amani's academic and personal development? Group 1. Roslyn. As we wait for Roslyn maybe to unmute, we can proceed to group 2. In what ways can mentorship? Roslyn, you are here. Thank you. Go ahead.
I'm here.
Go ahead then.
Yes. On Amani's academic, we can develop a learning plan that is high EP to cater for the days that she loses in school. On spiritual guidance, you can assign a teacher to go with her through the spiritual guidance. The other one is you engage her in school, in co-curricular activities to keep her busy, and then you try to understand Amani's background. You can also engage the NGOs for her support, and the feeding program in school, she can be part of the learners who are having lunch in school. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Roslyn, for that. So we're looking at how this can contribute to her academic and personal development. And of course, she has mentioned co-curriculum activities, understanding the background of Amani, spiritual guidance, and many more, including others like, for example, holistic development. When you apply multiple learner support strategies, you're looking at things like motivation as part of it. Thank you very much, Group 1 for that. Group 2, please, over to you. In what ways can mentorship and coaching, resilience, and motivation learners facing life challenges build resilience and motivation? Group 2, over to you.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes,
Very well.
Mr.
So I'm Branera on behalf of Group 2, where we were talking about the issue of mentorship and coaching, creating resilience and motivation. So we've said that one, the learner develops acceptance. So while undergoing that coaching, the learner learns to accept that the challenge is not there forever. We've also mentioned the case of having what we call a sense of belonging. So the learner accepts that he or she has that problem and then needs to overcome that, and then that one will create a good academic performance in class, having accepted who he or she is and having that sense of belonging. Then maybe through the songs and poems, the learner then develops positive attitude towards whatever situation he or she was in, and this will make learning to move on well. Maybe Group Linda can add something to what we've just said.
Okay. Again, thank you so much, Mr. Dranira. I will make perhaps an addition of something that we discussed. In the process of mentorship and coaching, learner gets a chance to share challenges. When the learner shares challenges, perhaps he will understand that he is not the only one facing such challenges, and therefore this will get the learner to the point of considering also himself as part of healing. Resilience will come because after hearing or listening even to someone else who has undergone such such challenges, then the learner is going to build up an inward acceptance and also become resilient to problems, because he or she will derive confidence from sharing those experiences with others who, of course, who have also gone through such challenges. And also, yes, and also, when the learner opens up, then the issues that might be hindering him and making him look like he is lonely, he is withdrawn, he will be able now to accept the situation and also open up to the world and avoid stress. And therefore, this learner is going to improve in learning. In learning, and of course will now be free. I think that's the matter. Adapt.
Thank you, Peramera and Imeni, for the contributions. You can now mute yourself, please. And I think you have mentioned a number of ways, of course, including developing acceptance, creating a sense of belonging, modeling positive behaviors and attitudes. You've mentioned sharing challenges. That is also, you mentioned the expansion of the support network. Thank you very much. Group 3, what role does the community and family engagement play in creating a supportive learning environment for Amani? Group 3, what role does community and family engagement play? Go ahead, Group 3. 2 minutes. Group 3, unmute, please. Group 3.
So, maybe I can say something about this, the role of the community and family engagement, or what the community and the family play. First, the family can come in aid of this single mom who has lost the husband. Maybe the husband was a provider. They can help, give them food or any other, or like food, clothing, and needs, basic needs. Also, the community can come in and help the family. Also, I should know that this child has missed school, and we know that the government doesn't allow learners to miss school. So the community also can tell the chief about the report so that action can be taken, and the mother should be summoned so that she can be told why the child should be in school. Also, the chief can also help. Maybe the mother is not stable with the basic needs or the fees or some what is needed in school. They can register the mother because she is single, and she can get some help from the government so that she can take care of the children. Also, because the church is also a community, the church should come in and help the family so that they can gather the basic needs, and also give some counseling so that the learner should know that this one is something that comes not only to their family but even other families, so that you can accept and go on learning. Maybe that is what I can put.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. And for that, of course, you talked about a number of things, the support from different stakeholders within the community. And of course, your points revolve around being able to maybe identify and address the barriers early within or among the learners that we're mentioning here. Of course, talk about modeling positive behaviors and also values could be another role that they can play, and also enhancing the emotional and social support. Thank you. I think those are the points you've mentioned. Group 4, how does chaplaincy contribute to the emotional and spiritual well-being of learners like Amani? Group 4, how does chaplaincy contribute to the emotional and spiritual well-being of learners like Amani? Group 4, go ahead. Once you talk, please, you are mute. Yeah, thank you, Christopher. Go ahead.
Yes, about chaplaincy, I think learners like Amani on the chaplaincy, they can be assisted. They will get what spiritual nourishment from the chaplains. Then the other thing, they will also get guidance and counseling through maybe the spiritual leaders. The other thing is that such children will get one to listen to when they are handled by the spiritual people or the chaplaincy, and then they can get people who can listen to their problems, which in turn will help them to open up and state their problems or what they are facing. The other thing, the chaplaincy will make the learners to feel that they are loved, they are not alone. So they get that warm love from the chaplaincy. The other thing, the chaplaincy also, for those who are severely affected, then they can be taken to the children homes for support. The other thing also that the chaplaincy can provide material support to these learners, because we have those ones who they have challenge of material, then the stationaries, then the chaplaincy can also buy for them or provide to them. And then also the chaplaincy can give direction to the learners on the issues affecting them. So I think that those are the contributions that the chaplaincy can offer to the learners like Amani.
Thank you, Christopher, for that. I think just to repeat, material support, direction to the learner, feeling not being alone, guidance and counseling, spiritual nourishment. And of course, in other words, we're talking about offering hope and encouragement to the learners, and also offering maybe or fostering maybe a sense of purpose and identity, and also maybe providing a safe and safe space whereby they can maybe share their points or their concerns and be assisted. Thank you, group number 5. The last one, please. Thank you, group 5.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. In group 5, we were discussing the ways that career guidance influence the learners' motivation and future aspiration. We raised the 7 points. Point number 1, help the learners to be more comfortable and motivated. Number 2, the learners feel supported and this raise their self-esteem. Number 3, it guarantees the learner in job placement in future. Number 4, help the learners to get more focused and feels motivated to work more. Number 5, helps the learners feel sense of belonging. That is a sense of belonging. Number 6, help the learners in future decision making. And number 7, help learners discover their potential. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's appreciate ourselves. They have mentioned 7 points from the motivation, finding support, guarantee the learner self-esteem, remaining focused, sense of belonging, future decision making, and many more. And so we move on, and I invite my colleague so that she can wind up with us the remaining slides. Thank you, and karibu sana Eunice.
Thank you. Dr. Mwanza. I can see many hands is up. Elvis, maybe you want to say something? Nevertheless, we are moving on well, and maybe now the question we should be asking ourselves, do we often invite a motivational speaker in our school so that they can speak to our learners, about the coping mechanisms of trauma? Remember, in our case scenario here, we are finding a young girl who lost her father 2 years ago. And as parents, we are aware of the attachment that our daughters usually have with their fathers. And therefore, we are being reminded here that be it demise, be it loss of property, be it even loss of a body organ, be it after an accident or rather any other ugly incidents, we need to be talking to our young ones so that they cannot disengage with their studies. Likewise, we have been reminded about the role of parenting. We have this mother who is keeping her daughter to assist with the domestic cause only because she is a firstborn at expense of going to school. So, my colleagues, kindly let us remember that the Ministry of Education again is reminding us that our learners should remain in school during the school session. The impact of guidance and counseling again here is also very key, and we are reminding ourselves that Kemi, we have 2 key courses on guidance and counseling. So kindly keep on visiting our website so that you can even talk to the school manager to support one of your own in your school to get skills. Remember, Dr. Grace reminded us that counseling demands skilling, and skilling, therefore, for the sake of these young ones, is also very key. We have a slide on e-portfolio, Elvis, before we come to the conclusion. And I had an opportunity to go through many submissions. And I remember in this extended learning activity, we had even given you an example, a template, where you are supposed to pick only one learner support program, and then you fill in the template by indicating the many activities that your school is undertaking in implementing that learner support program. Remember, in that template again, you are supposed to identify who was to be responsible for every activity which you are to highlight. What I discovered is that a number of you either did not describe a single learner support program, and majority you are just talking about guidance and counseling. Remember, once you pick one learner support program, you are supposed to come up with many activities. Once you identify those activities again, you are supposed to come up with artifacts, and there we are expecting that you are supposed to upload. For example, if you have selected parental engagement and empowerment, how do you invite the guardians, the parents to your school so that they can be empowered? And mostly, we either do that verbally by making an announcement in the class. Other times, we have a class teacher writing a small note to parents and then issuing to their parents back at home. Remember, in the morning, we began by insisting that leveraging on technology is very key. And maybe where you have a WhatsApp group and maybe a class teacher now is inviting some guardians, we need to see those evidence. Likewise, if there is a meeting in a school on a given learner support program, we were expecting that you will be in a position even to upload the minutes of that meeting. If you have invited maybe a motivational speaker, do you have that invitation letter as an evidence? Do you have maybe even, you can even have which mode of payment do you use? Because again, you can also attach something. What I discovered again, where a number of you are posting photographs, and we are cautioned on that, you are just posting or rather uploading those photos without even a write-up. Remember, as we agreed in the morning, anytime you give evidence, be it a real object, maybe you have taken a photograph on, you must do some write-up. And what I have discovered either, and I think we will pick on this with the ICT department, is that most of our participants are not able to work using bloggers, because I discovered when maybe they're working in a desktop, what now they are doing, they are taking a photograph of what they have done and then they are posting, and that's why we are missing the link, which now should lead to the uploads. We are therefore reminding ourselves that we are supposed to download Roga so that we can work in the blogger. Once we are completed with our working, we save. After saving, we are supposed now to publish. And once now you click on the publish, on your right hand top, we have that icon which you are supposed to click so that you can be able to copy the link. And once you copy that link now, you upload the link to the KME app in the e-portfolio. We are reminding ourselves, now we can go to the next slide. We have that example on the template where we have picked on parental empowerment and engagement as our learner support program. One of the many activities which you can conduct in your school is organize a parent guardians meetings. You can even organize a workshop on supporting the learners at home. As you organize that, maybe now the second, third, fourth, many activities coming up, you need now to draw the plan on how that meeting would be conducted. Maybe you can even have a registration copies, you can have the minutes of the meeting, you can have the resolution which parents now come up with, so that they can be able now to promise that they will be able to get engaged to school affairs while at home. When you are feeling now who is responsible for that, of course, we are aware anytime we have such meetings in our schools, it is the responsibility of the deputy principal. And then, of course, you are supposed to indicate the timeline. We are therefore expecting that you are only picking one learner support programs, but activities now should be many. And those activities should be supported with evidence to showcase that indeed that is what is happening in our schools. And once you do that, as we have agreed in the morning, you are supposed to conclude by doing a reflection of what you have uploaded. We are still reminding ourselves that error is to human being, and therefore, for you who have not done as we have guided, kindly, we have a comment box. Get back to your e-portfolio and read what we have guided that you should do. Remember again, as you do now this collection, you are supposed to work in Roga. Again, also what I discovered, Elvis, and this is also a comment that I think I forgot in the morning. A number of our participants in that comment box, they're writing their own things there. Remember that comment box now, it is a box which is meant for communication purposes. As we said, we have been looking at what you have uploaded. And once, for example, I'm done, I'm giving my comments in that comment box. Am I Elvis? I'm wrong. Still, comment box should be for the trainers, for the facilitators. But I have noted a number of you are doing your comment there, and yet you have not uploaded anything. So get back to your e-portfolio so that you can be able to say you are working. In conclusion, therefore, we are saying that we have gone through those many learner support programs. So kindly, as the HOI, just continue reminding yourself so that you can be able to implement them appropriately as guided. Thank you very much. I'm humbled, and I want to invite Dr. Omwanza to take up from here.
Thank you, colleague Eunice, for concluding the session with us. Colleagues, will want to hear from you and appreciate, as you appreciate the session, you can give us feedback how it was. But of course, remember, when we began today, I indicated that this is a 2 days training that begins today and ends tomorrow. And of course, in terms of scope, is that today we should be able to review the first 3 units, that is unit 1, 2, and 3. And you have seen us doing this through group discussions and even activities. And I can see the comments coming, so many of them, very positive comments. We really appreciate that as well. And that marks the end of our sessions today, as per the timetable that was shared with us. But then, now that we are done with that, tomorrow we'll be having schedule from 2 p.m. and we'll go through up to 5 p.m. So I want just to take this opportunity to thank all of us and also welcome Elvis just to make a few comments and then hand over to Dr. Grace, who will help us in closing the session together with the director who's here with us. Karibu sana, Elvis.
Thank you, members. We'd like to take a group photo. So at this point, I would like to ask all of us to turn our videos on so that we can take a group photo to commemorate this special day. Let us all turn our videos. Turn on your videos, all of us. Let us all turn our videos so that we can be able to celebrate, to have a group photo for all of us. Let us all turn our videos, ladies and gentlemen, so that we can take the group photo. I'm still waiting for all of us to turn our videos. I'm still waiting so that I can see your lovely faces. Let's turn our videos, Let us all turn our videos so that we can be able to, let us all turn our videos, All of us, I'm waiting for all of us to turn on our videos so I can see your lovely faces, so that we can show that you attended today's class. Let us all turn our videos. 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 I'm still waiting for us to turn our videos, to take our group photos. Turn our videos on so that we can take our group photos. Thank you so much for turning your videos. Turn on so we can take a group photo. Let's all turn our videos so that you can take a photo. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm still taking your photos. Thank you. I'm still taking. Thank you so much. Thank you. Still taking. Thank you. Thank you so much for your cooperation. I appreciate. I appreciate. Thank you so much. Back to you, Dr. Charles.
Thank you, Elvis, for taking our photos. Members, it has been an amazing time with you. We have shared a few insights, and now I want to invite my colleague, Dr. Grace, to help us take it to the closing part of today's session. Remember, tomorrow we are meeting a few minutes to 2. That is, you join the class from 1:30. It will be on, please, so that by 2 on the dot, we start our session and end at exactly 5 p.m. Karibu sana, Dr. Grace. Right.
So colleagues, we come to the end of the day. We are thanking God for where we are, thanking God for the work we are doing, not forgetting that by the end of the day, it is about the child of Kenya. It's not about me as a school leader. It is what I do to ensure the child of Kenya accomplishes what they are supposed to accomplish. So thank you so much for being with us. And we are also thanking you because tomorrow you are going to join us and you are going to conclude and do what is left, and we will give ourselves the way forward. Okay. So, colleagues, thank you so much. Especially being available on a Saturday, we cannot take that for granted. Have a good afternoon. Looking forward to meeting you tomorrow and completing what we have. Naomba tufungiwe kwa maombi na mmoja wetu. Yeyote yule anaweza kutufungia.
Let us pray. Father, we thank you for this meeting. We thank you for the opportunity that we have had together. Lord, we pray that even as we depart and meet again tomorrow, we shall give you glory and honor. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much, Teresia. Thank you so much, my colleagues. All the best. Let's meet tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.